Top 6 Best Gaming Monitors in 2020. Number 6. BenQ EL2870U. It's not every day you find a 4K HDR display for less than half a grand, but the BenQ EL2870U is a bountiful exception and a pleasant surprise. While the viewing angles of its TN panel leave something to be desired, it boasts a shocking wealth of functionality typically found outside a budget monitor's wheelhouse. For instance, unlike the vast majority of even the best gaming monitors, this one has built-in speakers. They're unremarkable, but they are there for those times you want to share an epic gaming moment with a friend in the same room, audio included. Better yet, there's a headphone jack to ensure you never have to scramble for a cable long enough to reach your motherboard. If you have an AMD graphics card, the BenQ EL2870U is enhanced with native FreeSync support. Sadly, however, it is not G-Sync compatible. Trust us, we tested it. That said, it does have a utilitarian selection of ports, namely 2 HDMI 2.0 connections and a single DisplayPort 1.4. And, should you spend hours on end trying to best your KDR in Apex Legends, BenQ's integrated eye care solution automatically adjusts brightness and blue light to safeguard your eyes from the evils of light-emitting diodes. It's not perfect, but the fact that this 28-inch 4K HDR screen regularly goes on sale for a fraction of its sticker price is a compelling case for snatching one up. Pros: 4K HDR support. Built-in speakers. Cons: poor viewing angles. Number 5. LG27UK650W. The best 4K monitor for PS4 Pro is the LG27UK650W. Mainly designed to be an office monitor, it still offers good gaming performance with a high resolution that most PS4 Pro owners should enjoy. The refresh rate is limited to 60 Hz on this monitor, which is good enough for console gaming, and it has a great response time, so there's not a lot of motion blur. The input lag is very low, especially for a 60 Hz monitor, so your actions are registered quickly. With an IPS panel, this monitor has wide viewing angles, great for co-op gaming, but that comes at the cost of its contrast ratio, which is low. However, it has great out-of-the-box color accuracy, decent reflection handling, and it gets bright enough to combat glare in most rooms. Unfortunately, even though it supports HDR, it doesn't display a wide color gamut, so content in this mode won't look much different than in SDR. Luckily, this monitor has excellent gray uniformity, so solid colors across the screen, like a game menu, are uniform with no darkened areas. Overall, the LG is the best monitor for PS4 Pro that we've seen so far. Coming in number 4, BenQ EW3270U. If you want an even bigger screen, then check out the BenQ EW3270U. It doesn't have wide viewing angles like the LG27UK650W, but with a V8 panel, it's able to produce much deeper blacks and it has better black uniformity, too. Like the LG, the BenQ has a max refresh rate of 60 Hz, and its response time is good, but there's still some motion blur behind fast-moving objects. It has a low input lag and it has built-in speakers, which is great if you don't game with headphones. Even though this monitor displays a wide color gamut for HDR content, its brightness is disappointing and it can't make highlights pop. However, it has good out-of-the-box color accuracy, so you likely won't need to pay extra to get it calibrated. Overall, the best monitor for PS4 Pro that we've tested so far is the LG, but if you want a bigger screen for a more immersive gaming experience, look into the BenQ. Coming in number 3, ASUS TUF Gaming VG27AQ. The ASUS TUF VG27AQ is not exactly a flashy monitor, but it is bursting at the seams with quality. It's ordinary looking, but it packs a punch and offers an incredibly speedy monitor for gaming. There's a 165 Hz featuring adaptive sync support, a 1 millisecond response rate of 1 millisecond, and it is both G-Sync and FreeSync compatible. Add into this ASUS' own extreme low motion blur sync technology and the in-game pictures this monitor provides are some of the smoothest and best you can get on a 1440p monitor. The image quality is excellently crisp, too. It's not all about the speed. Stir in a rating of HDR10 high dynamic range for color and brightness levels, too, and they are some of the nicest images on a 1440p you can get too. The VG27AQ does a great job of balancing overall picture quality, speeds and, importantly, the price point. It's a great do-it-all monitor that will serve people well for PC gaming and console gaming. Pros, excellent picture quality. Great colors and vibrancy. Lovely and smooth. Solid settings menu. Cons, slightly haziness to some edges and images. Matte finish gives lighter pictures a sheen. Coming in number 2. ASUS BenQ. The best budget gaming monitor for the PS4 is the ASUS BenQ. This monitor sports an IPS panel with a 1080p resolution and a 144Hz refresh rate. It has a good build quality despite its price, and its outstanding ergonomics put monitors that cost significantly more to shame. It has an impressive peak brightness and good reflection handling for use in well-lit rooms. Response time is good and there's an optional black frame insertion feature to help reduce motion blur. Input lag is excellent and there's support for FreeSync if you also game on a PC. It doesn't support HDR, but there are a few convenient extra features, such as the ability to put a crosshair for shooter games and a frame rate counter overlay. The backlight is flicker-free and there are speakers built in. Unfortunately, like most IPS panels, it has a low contrast ratio and sub-par black uniformity, so it isn't ideal for gaming in the dark. With this monitor, you won't have to spend a fortune to get a great gaming experience, making it the best PS4 gaming monitor in the budget category. Coming in number 1. ASUS ROG Swift PG279Q. The PG279Q houses an IPS LCD panel capable of a maximum resolution of 2560 by 1440 at 165 Hz. Color depth and gamma quality are excellent, as is to be expected of a high-end IPS panel, though reviewers, both consumer and press, disagree as to whether the PG279Q requires extensive calibration in order to achieve the best picture quality. The PG279Q's G-Sync support is appealing but, like the Acer Predator XB271HU, only works if you've got an NVIDIA graphics card installed, which is a bothersome limitation that might tempt you to look elsewhere. NVIDIA's customary G-Sync premium applies to the PG279Q, resulting in a price tag on the wrong side of $700, which is more expensive than many of the computers that'll be paired with the monitors in this guide. It also isn't anywhere near as pricey as 4K displays can get, if you can believe it, so while still very expensive, it's a cheaper option for those who aren't bothered about the 4K experience. All things considered, the ASUS ROG Swift PG279Q is an exceptional monitor that's just about worth the steeper price range compared to the next jump up in visual hardware. Pros, excellent color and gamma. Attractive G-Sync range. Hit or miss calibration from factory. Cons, very expensive.